everybody, this is Skeet.
I am Mush and Mikey.
Rock and Roll Roundtable.
Another presentation from our good friends over at Moshman Media.
This week, Megadeth versus Metallica, album to album.
Yeah. I thought this was a cool little idea because we've done verses in the past where it's like we take the whole body of work and we say who we personally think is better band between. I think we did Judas Priest and
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, kind of hash that out. And it's not really a competition, it's just our personal views here. So I thought the whole age old, besides going into the age old fight between Megadeth and Metallica, because everybody's got their preference. I know you're a Metallica more than me. I'm a Megadeth guy. But I thought it'd be interesting to go album for album in chronological order how we felt about those. Just something different, and it's like, okay. So I go back to the first Metallica album. And I'm not counting live albums, not counting EPs, I'm not counting compilation shit. Just studio album. Okay, that's kind of where I want to lay it at. The first Metallica album was Kill 'Em All. That's a pretty impressive album. I mean, just going down the line. I mean, Hit the Lights coming out of the gate. I had to revisit this yesterday. I revisited them, but Jump in the Fire was one of the ones I'd forgotten about a little bit. It's like, man, this goes down. Whiplash, Pulling Teeth, No Remorse, Seek and Destroy, of course, Metal Militia. Yeah. That was a pretty impressive debut album from Metallica. Then I go to the first Megadeth album. Shortly after Dave left Metallica or got fired or whatever, he had Megadeth and said, "Killing is my business and business is good." While I really like a lot of songs on here, I mean, Last Rites, Into Love to Death, Mechanics, which we all know was a Metallica song. I mean, you could just tell. I think it's Four Horsemen, if I remember
Yeah.
right, one of them. But the one that gets me with this Megadeth was the cover of These Boots Were Made for Walking. Which was a bold move by Mustaine back in them days. Do a Nancy Sinatra tape.
Yeah.
And but I, as much as I love Megadeth, the Metallica album's too hard to overcome.
Okay.
So I believe in the versus category here. Metallica wins round one with Kill 'Em All.
Okay.
What say you here?
I kind of agree, but fucking Dave Mustaine come out of the fucking gate like a fucking pissed off fucking hornet. You know what I mean?
Rightfully so. I think that getting fired did more to his psyche than
Yes.
he years later he kind of expressed that on like I think it was Some Kind of Monster DVD.
Yeah.
His feelings were hurt, because Lars and James were his friends.
Yeah.
And they kind of he thought they did him dirty, but he kind of knows that I wasn't being the best bandmate either. So, yeah, I get what you're saying. He come out angry as fuck.
So,
the
when we did a Megadeth episode, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So that was like the earlier stuff was a little bit newer because I had never really listened a whole lot to Killing Is My Business. But to me, it was fucking impressive for his first fucking album. So I do have to give the edge to Kill 'Em All.
Yeah, I mean,
but
every song's fucking fantastic on Kill 'Em All. It's just.
I think I could almost be swayed if I just listen to this to Killing Is My Business a lot more, to where I would
Yeah.
warm up to the tracks, and then I might be like, well, maybe not. Maybe this was a little bit more even. But
It was,
I've listened to Kill 'Em All. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's real easy to get in that groove with them, and
it was close. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, Metallica in a landslide, because the more I listened to Killing Is My Business this week, I was like, man, it is really good. They
yeah,
had a lot of good stuff, but man, Metallica was just, I remember all those songs so vividly.
yeah,
Even,
yeah,
the No Remorse and Jump in the Fire, stuff that people don't talk a lot about, was just, for being their debut and a bunch of younger kids, as Mustaine was too. But
yeah.
yeah, it edges it out for me. So we'll move on to Ride the Lightning from Metallica.
Okay.
Okay. Ride the Lightning, the sophomore slump didn't hit them. They added a new component for me, which was the Fade to Black stuff, For Whom the Bell Toll, not a million miles an hour. You know, the song Ride the Lightning was one that actually Mustaine just did. He
Yes.
he put it on the last Megadeth album. But Creeping Death was probably my song jam on this one. I mean, as much as I love Fade to Black and I love, Escape even. I like Escape. It was like so underrated. But no, it was the Call of Cthulhu and stuff. I really dig that album. It's one of my favorite Metallica albums. But what do you think about Ride the Lightning first before I even get into the Megadeth album?
Uh, I mean, that's one of those albums you just put on and listen to the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
Always.
agree.
You know,
I agree.
you can't go wrong just playing that album start to finish. A lot of great tunes. So I love that album as well.
I do too. I really do. But herein lies the problem if you're trying to base it on something.
Yeah.
It runs against, in chronological discography order anyway. Peace sells, but who's buying?
Woo, baby.
I think, just I think Wake Up Dead might be one of my favorite fucking songs from the thrash era in general. And just to add The Conjuring, which I love, when he says obey and it kicks into that fast military shit, they kept their thrash part. Metallica kind of dropped off. They had a few songs that weren't really thrash. So I go through Peace Cells, Devil's Island. I fucking love Devil's Island, man. Good Morning, Black Friday, Bad Omen, the I Ain't Superstitious. That's badass song. I mean, the whole album for me. I'm sorry, but Peace Sells, as much as I love Ride the Lightning, Peace Sells is the clear winner in this one for me.
Okay.
Not even close, really. As much as I do, I mean, that just shows how much I love the Peace Sells album. It kind of changed the game when it came out for me. I was
Okay.
like, oh my God. He kept the thrash, but it was just like brutal thrash almost. It just like you're swinging in air, which you normally don't do on a thrash album. You usually just kind of get hyped up. I was throwing shit on like Black Friday and The Conjuring, and it's like, yeah, I'm a score one for Megadeth for me on this.
Okay. So am I counting both our votes?
Well, I mean, just you can. I'm just saying, whatever it ends up at the end, we'll have a either be agreement or we'll have a disparaging count. It's okay. All good. Hey, like I said, coming in, you're more Metallica, I'm more
Yeah,
Megadeth,
yeah.
so it's probably going to lean that way in the end anyway.
Well, I'm gonna have to go Megadeth on that one as well.
Very
Just
good.
just for the fact that fucking Ride the Lightning's a great album, but Megadeth really kind of he he thrashed. It
Yeah.
just it's I gotta go with Megadeth on that one. So
Very cool.
right now we've got two Metallica, two Megadeth.
Yeah. We're
So
even Steven right now.
I'm taking each vote and putting them down. So that's where we're at now.
Yeah. So we got two albums where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
you've got Metallica and a Megadeth, and I've got a Metallica and a Megadeth. So we're even Steven. So that's very cool. Now we get to the first real album that I ever heard all the way through from Metallica because I joined the party late. I joined it in like 1986
Okay.
when I started working a job. Of course, our buddy Rod had to introduce me to all this wonderful music. Master of Puppets. You know, okay, I thought this was a well rounded disc, right? A batteries, the thrashing, in your face stuff. Master of Puppets had the long thing in the middle where the master, and it goes into the crazy solo. The thing that should not be was kind of creepy. Welcome Home, the Sanitarium was the build up song, I called it. Which, quick sidebar, I loved what Limp Bizkit did with that song. That's just me. But anyway, there was some on here I didn't care for as much. I was not a big fan of Disposable Heroes. I didn't like that
Oh,
back. I didn't like Back to the Front, and all that stuff. But I really liked Leper Messiah because it was just like a
yeah.
marching song at that. But Damage Incorporated was kind of ended the way it started with the thrashing stuff. Orion, though, come on, man.
Yeah.
Orion, just with Cliff Burton at the helm. The whole album is like, if we were doing the deep dives, this is a 9. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with this album.
Yeah.
And then, it's so crazy to think that anything could even remotely challenge Master of Puppets. Then I switched to the Megadeth side. I'm like, okay, what album was third? So far, so good.
So
So what? And this was one I wore out. Set the World Afire, the cover of Anarchy in the UK, Mary Jane, which I really like, 502. Probably the highlight of the album was In My Darkest Hour, which was a heartfelt song from Dave about Cliff, so since we're intertwining shit here, Hook and Mouth, I mean, that's still considered a classic. Man, this was a hard one. I mean, I went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I gotta go Master on this.
Really?
I just do. I mean, as much as I love Megadeth, it's like every song, like the song "Liar" on the Megadeth album. That is so far so good to what. I wasn't a fan of "Liar." It kind of equaled out with "Disposable Heroes." To tell you the truth, the winner of that whole thing for me was the Orion. I mean,
Really?
just that, yeah, because it was something so different that neither one of them did beforehand, kind of. And I don't know. Plus the longevity of, I had to go back and listen to So Far, So Good, So What, and remember a few of the songs. I knew
Okay.
most of them.
Okay.
There was a couple I had to remember. Master of Puppets, I don't have to do that. I know what they are.
Well,
So I'm going to give the edge to Metallica.
uh, we're gonna have to go two for Metallica on that one.
That's fine. Yeah, that's what we want to do
That's
because
that's
honest truth.
another album I could pop in and listen to the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I can listen to So Far So Good too. I can listen to that, but it's just not
It
as
just
exciting.
they kind of
Yeah,
Master of Puppets kind of edged out Megadeth on that one, but
yeah,
great stuff on that one on Megadeth's.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was a great album too. It's just not quite the par of Master of Puppets. So we go to the next one. Here's where for Metallica the sound changed. Whether it was especially the drum sound, if I'm being honest. I thought
Okay,
the drums sounded a lot different on Injustice for All than they had previously. It's almost like, and I'm not sure, I'm not, somebody out there knows, let me know if he was playing electronic drums during this. It's what it sounds like on some of the songs. It's just so precise.
do you think
You
maybe
don't,
he was triggering his fucking bass drum?
it's not even the bass drum as much. It's just the whole set kind of sounds, it sounds all digital. And digital was probably coming into its own in 1988. So, but I just it complete with the raw sound of the first three albums. Then this came up as a polished. The songs were still insanely good. I mean, Blackened and Justice for All, freaking Harvester of Sorrow, for God's sakes. One, with the masterful video. Here's the ones that Dyer's Eve. That was like a lightning speed to end the album. But there's a couple songs that was like okay for me, but most of them were bang on. I didn't really to live is to die was like okay, mediocre, but like Harvester of Sorrow was my jam, because it wasn't fast. The Shortest Straw was maybe in that vein too, but it's like it was just the sound caught me off guard when that came out, but I got used to it fairly quick.
Do you
It
think it
wasn't.
was the kind of the bass that was lowered a
Well,
little bit too
yeah,
much that affected that?
yeah. I mean, I don't know how much Jason was actually doing bass wise. I mean, I don't think he had any elaborate runs or anything. So I didn't really notice that. To be honest, I think it was just the compressed sound. What
Okay.
I'm used to, more of an analog kind of sound, a distant sound. But the songs were solid, absolutely solid. So yeah, it's another tough one. But here's the kicker: I go to Megadeth, and other than Rain and Blood, other than that, for a thrash album, I think Rust in Peace might be the best thrash album ever fucking made. I just do. You can't go wrong, man. It's Holy Wars right out the bat.
Yeah.
That's an amazing song.
Yeah.
Hangar 18 was one, it's just like, but it goes down, Take No Prisoners, Five Magics, Tornado of Souls, for God's sake. And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
it just goes down and down and down and then ends with Rust in Peace to Polaris. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I listened when it was out. I listened way more to Injustice for All because I was in more of the mainstream. I didn't
Yeah.
really know Megadeth at the time. I retreated back to listening to Megadeth after the fact. I'd listened to like Peace Sells. I loved it. I listened to all the albums, but I was like, Metallica was always getting my attention because they were getting played all over the place. They were getting a
Yeah.
little more hype. When I go back to listen to Rust in Peace, I'm going to score Metallica or Megadeth. I'm sorry. I think Rust in Peace is a better album than Injustice for All.
Well,
Unpopular opinion, I'm sure it is, but that's where I'm at.
uh as much as I love Injustice for All, I gotta side with you on the Megadeth call on that one.
Yeah,
I have to.
yeah.
I have to. I really
I
do.
mean, I just can't. Holy Wars for one, but then Hangar 18 kind of sealed
Yeah.
it. Just because
It's
they're all the Injustice for All solid, don't get me wrong, but they don't have any like standout. I can't believe, oh, I'll never forget this song. Is man, Holy Wars and Hangar 18 were two I'll never forget. But Tornado of Souls in there,
yeah.
Ether Rose. Yeah, it was hard, but yeah, I'm with you. I gotta go Megadeth on that. Let's see where we're at here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe. This was Metallica. We go to Load.
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 Black Album.
Well, yeah. You're right. Black Album. I had skipped
You
right over that.
jumped. You jumped.
Black Album. Yeah, I'd skipped a little too far, but the Black Album. I don't know about that, man. I mean, it's full of hits. It's full of everything you can do. Sad but true. Enter Sandman. Yada yada yada. I get all that, and I love the Black Album. I do. I love the fucking Black Album. Uh, it wasn't really much to be honest. The Black Album was one that I've heard so many times. I didn't even go back. I really didn't go back and listen to it. Okay, I'll be
Okay.
honest with you. And it's running up in the vein against Countdown to Extinction. Here's my conundrum, right? Here's my conundrum with this.
Okay.
From a mainstream point of view, and quality songs, I'm not bashing the songs or nothing. They went for the big shot with the Black Album. Okay?
For the
And
wider
I'm okay.
audience.
Yeah, yes, and I'm okay with all that. The Nothing Else Matters maybe threw me off a little bit. A little more of a ballad than what I was expecting or whatever, but I go and I take a listen to I did listen to Countdown to Extinction because I was like, okay. I knew a few of the songs, but I want to hear the B sides, the deep cut. So Skin of My Teeth, I knew that was badass. Symphony of Destruction, I think everybody knows that. Foreclosure of a Dream, one of my favorites. Sweating Bullets. You see what I'm going here.
Yeah.
But they also had some ones I didn't care for. I really didn't care for This Was My Life. I didn't care for The Countdown to Extinction. So, but man, High Speed Dirt was one of my ones that I find super underrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's like it hurts my soul to try to decide between these two. My mainstream and logical self says it's the Black Album. It's the self-titled all day. The Countdown was so fucking good, man. And it's like which album disappointed me the least, And it's like, mm-mm. Dude, I can't do it. I gotta go Megadeth. I'm sorry. I think because and in all fairness to Metallica, it was probably because it got played to death. I mean, I just like Enter Sandman. I can't stand to hear that song now. I just can't. I don't really care to hear, Sad but True at times.
Yeah.
They're not bad songs, but it's just like, man, they were
Well,
beaten to death.
of Wolfen Man was
Yeah, I
kind
do
of,
like that. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of in the same boat as you. There was certain songs on Countdown, and there were certain songs on the Black Album.
Right.
So I listen more to the Black Album, but I gotta go Megadeth on that one. That fucking album
Yeah.
is very very strong.
It's tough, man. It really is. These two are paired together very well.
Yeah.
As far as, albums against each other, because there's banger after banger on both sides. You really got to get down to the nitty gritty. And commercially, of course, it's the Black Album,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah,
just music. My preference is Countdown.
yeah.
As bad as that sounds. And I don't want people. I really don't want people watching and saying, "Oh, you just don't like Metallica because they got placement."
No, no, it's
No,
not
no,
that
I'm
at
saying
all.
I'm not. It's not a competition. It's just hearing what I hear and say, okay, which one did I like better in chronological order? Because I like I said, I think Rust in Peace is one of the best ever. Is it better than all the Metallica albums? Yeah, yeah. But I'm not going to automatically say it's Megadeth
Yeah.
because of one album. I mean, that's why we're going back and forth with one and all that. So where are we at here? After the Black Album, this is load then, right?
Yes.
Okay, okay, I got it. I just skipped over one. Okay, load come out. A lot of people gave this shit. They really did. Ain't My Bitch. I thought that was a good. I like that song. I can't. 2x4. It's okay. I really like King Nothing. I really like Hero of the Day. So Bleeding Me, I could have left. I could have left on the side of the road, but some of them, Until It Sleeps was a creeper song. It didn't hit me right away, but I liked it at the end. I started to grow to it as I listened to it more. I don't even remember, and I only listened to a few of these to refresh my palate this week. But the house Jack built, I don't even know if I remember that. I'm really not sure. So I'm like, okay, I get. But Poor Twisted Me, I don't remember that either. So it's got a couple forgettable songs on it. And I didn't, in fairness, I did not listen to Euthanasia this week either. Because I figured I can't get a chance to listen to that. I'm not going to listen to Euthanasia. But man, this is a tough one. But I really didn't care for Euthanasia as much. Now, To Le Monde, of course, that's a classic. It had some other good, I mean, Train of Consequences, yes, I like that. Uh, Euthanasia, the song, I did like it. I'm sorry, I got to go with Load as much as I don't want to. I think this was one of the weaker Megadeth albums for me.
Yeah.
Not a very good, not a super strong Metallica album, but out of the two, I gotta lean towards Metallica on this one.
Well,
What do you,
I, I did not give a listen to Euthanasia uh, at all. Really.
yeah,
It was off the fucking radar for me because I think we were in the middle of doing shit in our band,
yeah, yeah.
but I did pick up Load, so I have to vote Load, even though I fucking don't wanna.
Yeah, it's not my
I
favorite
don't wanna, but
Metallica, but
for me that was a disappointing album that had a few gems in it
yeah,
out of
yeah,
out
oh
of
yeah,
Load.
I get
So
you.
it's you know what I'm saying, that's hard to go for that album to album, and I'm just like,
It's just not a good for either one of them. And it was like a little better for Metallica because it was not a good. I didn't think Euthanasia. I don't even know that I bought that one. And it's like I just
yeah.
couldn't quite get into it as much as everything previous. So
Now maybe this week I'll put it on my playlist and fucking give it a real good listen to see if I fucking actually missed it. So
yeah,
I
I mean,
gotta vote Metallica on that one, but I'm open
I
to,
am too.
you know what I'm saying? Because I
Yeah,
know Load. I'm like,
I just don't remember Euthanasia being like one I really dug when it came out.
yeah,
If I did, I would know a lot more. And it's like when I didn't listen to it because I didn't listen to Load, so I'm like, Yeah, Lowe's has got more that I know, and I don't remember in my hindsight them at the Megadeth being like, "Oh my God, yeah, it's way better than Load." I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
don't. So
So
that's
that's not.
probably
It's
not.
not really
Yeah,
fair. It's not really fair for either band on this one.
I wouldn't just call it Metallica because I think in the
Yeah.
long run it would be. So then we get into the Metallica stuff. This is where I start getting kind of irritated with Metallica. Was the reload? It's like, come on, get something more creative than that. But I mean, I can't argue some of the songs were cool. I mean, Fuel was like catchy. It had some boot to it. The Memory Remains, great song. Unforgiven too. Fuck you with this. That's where I kind of said no, no, and I
Yeah.
didn't. I kind of like Better Than You, but the rest of the album to me was kind of shit. I didn't care for it. You get Slither, you get Carpe Diem, Baby, and Bad Seed, and
I
just stuff
don't.
like that. Where the Wild Things Are, it's like I don't give a fuck about any of that. And so to drop the ball, Megadeth would have had to really screw up on this one. And they almost did because I didn't care for this one as much as some of the other ones. Cryptic Writings, dude, it's like I like a lot of the songs okay, but I think the only thing that beats Metallica for this one is Trust because I really like Trust. And that song alone, but Almost Honest, okay, it's good. Mastermind was one of mine that I liked a lot. So it just had a few more songs that I liked compared to Reload because Reload was as soon as I start seeing two and crap like that, I was like, and you already named the album Reload for God's sake. It's just like they were just trying to repeat success over and over. And they did. But at least, with Megadeth, they kind of stayed true to what they wanted to do and they didn't give a shit. They didn't break any barriers with it, but they had more quality songs for me. So yeah, it's definitely Megadeth on this one. It's Cryptic Writings
Uh,
over Reload.
Anything that fucking Megadeth put out against fucking Reload, it gets my vote. I didn't. I did not fucking a couple songs. So
Yeah.
going blind into the fucking cryptic writings, it's like, up, it's already got my vote. So
Yeah. It's not hard to do when it's into that shit.
so you got one more album for each, Mikey, or is
Yeah,
there?
yeah, yeah. I got one more, and I I hope I picked the right album because I think I'm in order. I didn't really. I just tried to remember a lot. I just did it today when I was thinking of it. The Black Album was like I thought I saved it, but I didn't on my
Okay,
on my phone here.
okay.
But that's why I missed the Black Album because I did know it was there. Believe it or not. But I get down to this one. It's Metallica should be in line for Saint Anger at this point because I'm not counting S&M. I'm not counting
Yeah, no, yeah,
Garage
no, I got
Bangers.
you.
So Saint Anger, here's one that people don't like from Metallica, where I dig the songs.
Yeah,
No, I'm not a fan of the drum sound. No, I'm not. But it's something different at least. The no solo thing, which is some people like, some people hate. It had some really cool songs on it. I thought Saint Anger, the song was good. Saint Anger is a great song. Some kind of monster, nice, slow, fucking nasty, stank face kind of song. But they had some shit on here I didn't care for. I didn't like Dirty Window. I didn't like Invisible Kid. But it's still one of my higher ranked Metallica albums because I like Frantic, I like Sweet Amber, I like The Unnamed Feeling, I like some kind of monster and Saint Anger the songs a lot. So it was like I really dug except for a couple. I call them fillers. They weren't terrible. It just they didn't stand out for me. But I think I was more impressed with the not solos. They tried something different, and I was like, the drum sound I could look past. Just me. A lot of people couldn't, and
Yeah,
I get that. I get that 100%.
this guy.
Was it?
This
It
guy.
was it a monumental mistake for the drum sound? Yeah, it was pretty stupid. Lars, that just I could see that. Lars has that kind of attitude sometimes where he thinks he knows best. And just from this, not saying I go to lunch with Lars or anything. I'm just saying from interviews and stuff, he seems kind of that way. Watching the movie Some Kind of Monster was like a big eye-opening thing for me because it was like, yeah, he really treats James kind of like shit
Yeah.
sometimes. He is a little bit of an attitude and blah blah blah. So yeah, the drum sound was not good. Bob Rock played the bass on it. He did okay on it and stuff. But then I go to the Megadeth album in the same time frame. The World Needs a Hero. I had to go dig this one up, and it's like, oh, I don't know that I know this. But once I got on there, okay, I did. Burning Bridges is on this one. Promises. Those are two songs I knew right off the bat. Return to Hangar is on this one. But no, it's like The World Needs a Hero, the title song is like, I just don't know, dude. This is a tough one. As much as I like Saint Anger, comparably, I can't bullshit myself. I got to go Metallica on this one. I didn't see enough out of The World Needs a Hero to surpass the few gems that I see on Saint Anger. Unfortunately, because
Yeah.
I really, I mean, not unfortunately because Megadeth loses, but no, it's just in the scheme of things, I thought we're going album for album. If I would jump to the next Megadeth, it'd probably be a landslide. But I
Gotcha.
wanted to go truthful order of their release,
Yeah.
and I'm all about Saint Anger. I really do think it's a better album than what it gets credit for. So I'm going Metallica.
Okay. Uh I hated fucking Saint Anger.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember that Megadeth, so I'm gonna have to go with you on the fucking on Metallica just because
Well,
I had no.
but then again, if you hate Saint Anger, you can just say you're abstaining because you don't want to
Well,
vote for Saint Anger and you just don't know the other one. Uh, that's
I
fair
can,
to me.
all right, I could do that. I'll just abstain. So,
Yeah.
are you ready for the grand total?
Yeah, give it to me. I
All
didn't even
right.
keep track. I did not.
Metallica 7, Megadeth 8.
Yes.
Megadeth
Which is
Megadeth
cool
wins
because,
it.
of course, because I got better music taste, right?
Yeah.
Coming in, I was a Megadeth guy, but
Yeah.
no, I mean, you can on any given day, really. Megadeth and Metallica are kind of intertwined, whether they ever wanted to admit it or not.
Yeah.
Their sound was always there. I mean, some people like Hetfield's vocals and hate Mustaine's. Other people are vice versa.
Yeah.
I like them both in different scenarios. Like Holy Wars, man,
Yeah.
Mustaine's vocals in that are killer. But then even some of the Fade to Black, I love Hetfield's. He's got the little nuances of holding
Yeah.
it out. But Dave sounds kind of like he's a pissed off, you know,
Yeah.
miser at some time. So yeah, they both have their ink. The guitar players are both fucking great. bass player Ellefson played forever. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
You went from Burton to Newstead to Trujillo. Well, we didn't even get into Trujillo
Yeah.
stuff. So, but we went from Burton to Newstead, Bob Rock. Hammett is a beast.
Yeah.
Mustaine is a beast on the guitar, and whoever Dave had with him at
Yeah.
that point, Marty Friedman was crazy
Yeah.
good. So both bands are fantastic, dude. I mean, I'm not trying to say, oh, Megadeth's so much better than Metallica. It's just my little bit of my intricate little differences and nuances.
Yeah.
Now, if we went the next 5 albums out, it would probably be more Megadeth for me
Yeah.
because I did like more of the Megadeth. Not hating on Metallica though, dude. I mean, Death Magnetic, sure, I didn't care for it as much. It had some good songs on it though.
Yeah.
Hardwired, I have. I own that.
Yeah.
I own Hardwired. I didn't like the last album, but they're what 40 years in, man.
Yeah.
They're 43 years
Yeah.
into a career, so it's like they're evolving. Maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just playing to their skill set now, and I'm like,
Well,
I want kill them all. I want Master of Puppets.
I
So
have got to say that the newest Megadeth I like better than the 72 seasons or
yeah, but you know what? It's not by much for me. I thought that if I graded the last albums from each one of them, I'd say Megadeth's a 6 and Metallica's a 5. I wasn't
really.
that overly impressed with the last Megadeth album either, because I don't know, it just didn't sound. It sounded different,
Well,
and there wasn't like I liked they did that he did creeping or whatever, Ride the Lightning. I did like
yeah.
that, but it was like maybe I was hyping myself up for this Rust in Peace 2 kind of thing,
Yeah.
where it was going to be this magical gem that they could ride out the
Yeah.
sunset. And I did, to be honest, 72 seasons, very sporadically I listened to it.
Yeah.
I've never really given it. I do like Lux Eterna. I do like that song,
Yeah.
but some of the other ones I've heard come off of it
Well,
are like,
uh
eh.
Sick the Dead and the Dying has actually got some fucking pretty cool shit on it too. That
Okay.
Megadeth before that, so I
I do remember
so
that one more.
I'm going later in the career. Megadeth is gonna fucking edge Metallica. It's just
Yeah, I mean, not sales or
yeah, no, nothing like
anything
that.
else,
Just
just
personal
music,
opinion.
personal preference. Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
Megadeth guy. I mean, like I say, I got Rust in Peace as the second best thrash
yeah,
album of all time. It's just for me it was. I mean, nobody will beat Rain and Blood, but it's like, yeah, they were there. It's Bonded by Blood by Exodus is like almost in a tie with Megadeth, but I mean, it's
yeah,
that close. But depending on what day I'm on, it's going to be 2 or 3.
yeah,
So Metallica's you're slacking about 5.
yeah.
Because Anthrax is Among the Living's got the spot after those. So yeah. Anyway, it's a fair assessment on our part. There's no winners or losers. All the music's good. And
Yeah,
just I thought it was an interesting to go album by album instead of just throwing out everything
yeah, yeah,
in the order that they were progressing in their career. Yeah, they've been pretty even the whole time, and we just proved it again. They're just
yeah,
like neck and neck.
yeah.
So if you're a Metallica fan, good on you. If you're a Megadeth fan, good on you. If you like both of them like me, good on you. So that's all I can really say about it.
All right. Are you ready to wrap this up, Mikey?
Yes, sir.
All right. This is Skeet.
Mosh and Mikey.
See ya!
Peace out, my friends.